15 months and I haven't been here for the last 5.
It is time to begin playing. Okay, begin playing Final Fantasy. I am very excited. Yeah, this has been my new chibi for a little bit. I wanted a new one. I still like my old one, but I wanted a new one. I also just didn't really want to open up my PNG tuber program right now. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good start to their week. It is Monday. Oh, that's so kind. Thank you, Sibby. But yeah, I'm excited. It's time to begin playing 14. I've wanted to start playing 14 for a while, and since it's still the first month of the new year, nuh-uh. Since it's still the first month of the new year, I want to go ahead and start playing it. I'm super excited. We are about to play through Shadowbringers, aka one of my favorite games of all time. And yeah, it's big Final Fantasy XIV spoilers, so for A certain Orion Boo should not appear in the stream. Because otherwise he will get the big spoils. But yeah, I'm super excited. Would you guys like to see the wonderful Hoshi Lalafell we have? She's been peeking around in Orion's Final Fantasy XIV streams, but I made a Lalafell based on the Hoshis. So let's switch over to the game overlay. Here she is. Let me turn my controller back on. Okay. Here she is. Let me pull her down from the sky. Here we go. Let's open up G-Pose and show her off. Let's do the... let me open her up in G-Pose. Give me 1 second. Reset the... Okay. Put her in the nice lighting. There she is. She's so very cute. Yee. This will be the secondary job because I needed something for I needed something to run through Shadowbringers with, but this will be we'll be doing White Mage a lot after Shadowbringers. But this is gonna be the normal outfit. Because look at the staff we got. The staff we got is Moon. And it's the Moon Rabbit. So we'll be using White Mage a lot once we get past Shadowbringers. It's such a cute little staff. But for now, we play Reaper. Because I just want to play something comfortable. But yeah, we don't... So, to start out, we have to go and start the Circus Trench quest so we can start Shadowbringers. And just for all of the people who aren't familiar with 14 or aren't familiar with the quests, or they plan to watch the VOD later, I will read the quest description. Tataru excitedly shares the latest development in the hunt for the beacon. Apparently, your colleagues have discovered a pathway leading to the bottom of the ravine in which the Crystal Tower stands, rendering its base accessible. Despite narrowing down the search area, however, it seems there is still a lot of ground to cover. According to Tataru, a boat waits on the northern edge of Silvertear Lake, ready to ferry helping hands over to the newly established survey site. So, a brief explanation is that our companions, who are known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Basically, all of our protagonist characters have fallen into a slumber and we don't know why. And now, after finding out a little bit of information, we need to go to the Crystal Tower because our answers might be there. And that is how we start off Shadowbringers. We are 4 games in. So technically, I'm not starting from the very beginning of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm starting from the beginning of Shadowbringers because I've played through it already. And I kind of just wanted to start playing from my favorite patch of the game. And Shadowbringers means a lot to me, both as a game and as a story, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And so, yeah. Fair warning to everyone, spoilers ahead if you plan to play. If you don't plan to play, then I hope you enjoy because Shadowbringers is wonderful. And I want more people to experience it. So I want to share it with everybody. So, let us begin. won't be joining that. Heading to the survey site, madam? It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Indeed. Let us begin! Peaceful flying, and then all of a sudden boss music. Real. There's our lovely Tataru. Am I shorter than her? I am. Interesting. I did make my Lalafell the smallest height possible. So she's just a little itty bitty. I don't ever really pay attention, or I don't know if I ever really looked around this big area, even though there's not much to look at. The hat gives a bit of height. Let me take a peek. Let me go back. Let's see. Let me see. We stand like right. True. I just noticed my face, like the head of my Lalafell is like slightly under, so let me see. True though, the hat definitely gives her a little bit of extra. Alright, let us begin. I'm not sure what button starts auto text. Ah, there it is.
Look how many people there are! Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Oops, wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Let's get rid of that.
Thrice as hard, even.
I didn't realize it was covering the chat.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I didn't realize it was covering the text. Oopsies. I was using it to cover the chat. I should adjust. Actually, that's a good idea.
I'm not seeing anything out here.
Real quick. Let's adjust the chat. So we'll have to adjust it when I go out of the cutscene, but for now, let's pull this over here. Let's move this. I was using it to cover up the chat for Final Fantasy XIV, so it was in the bottom left. We will adjust the size of my chat on my HUD after the cutscene is over. Just to avoid any... because it's just courteous to keep the chat covered up, in my opinion. Alright, let us continue.
Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Oh, her little run!
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you!
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Your time has not yet come.
Heartless? No. Oh my gosh, we're here! We're here! We're here! We're here, we're here, we're here! I'm so excited. Also, it's so fun watching a Lalafell go through this. It's so interesting to see like a little chibi character go through this
From
instead.
endless dreams I awake.
Oh, get ready.
Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Get ready for baller music. Banger music, so good.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night? Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby.
Choco!
Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend.
Hi, Ori.
They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
It is the beginning. We're here. Banger music is about to hit. I just heard this live. I heard Amanda Ocken sing this live.
To dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew.
I forgot to
between
remove
dark and light, the pure and the corrupt, the one true struggle.
We're here, guys. All right. I wanted to do it so I was gonna block out chat, but since it covers up cutscene text, I think I'll just turn the chat off. Yeah. I heard this live, yes. This song. I listened to Amanda Ocken sing this live. These vocals I heard them live. I genuinely cried. No one, Shadowbringers means so much to me as both a game and as a story. Getting to hear this live, Amanda Ocken literally sounds exactly how she does in the games. She is one of the best singers I think I've ever heard. Here, it's so pretty. Lakeland is one of my favorite places in the entirety of the game. How are you, by the way, Ori? Nice! I hope you have good lunch. Man, just thinking about it again. Because she sang this, she sang Tomorrow Tomorrow and then sang Flow, and I was just a wreck. I was crying so badly. I've had the very lucky blessing to say I've seen her sing this twice. Alright, time to begin.
Halt!
Queen!
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
She looks so good in the graphics update. Holy. I haven't seen her in a while.
From where do you hail? Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass. That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
'07s for the '07s for the first version of Eminem. '07s for him. Sorry.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I'm sorry for the unhinged scream I just let out. It was an instinct. It was an instinct.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
Husband! Husband!
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Husband, it's my husband.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
Oh my god.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you're still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief.
I just noticed, like, his crystal arm is like, there's actual, like, detail, like, there's, like, shimmering and stuff, like, there's, like, light refracting off of it and stuff like that. I haven't seen how he looks in the graphics updates until just now.
And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact.
His outfit has so many more details now.
As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
I've just realized he's looking down to talk to us because we're Lalafell now. I was like, this angle is different. He has to look down because we're so small now. I was like, why is he looking down like this? Me forgetting I'm literally like 2 feet tall, if even.
That is a question with no simple answer, but all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
I was about to say the camera looks so different when running around. Yeah, no, when you're in Lalafell, everything is so much closer to you. I just honestly forgot.
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I love him so much, and the way I know like all of this dialogue by heart at this point. Genuinely know all of this dialogue. I've heard it so much. My home! My home! My literal home. It looks so good!
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Oh my gosh, all the detail. I can just tell, like, things are different. Oh my goodness. Look at the, like... It's so cool! I feel like I'm re-experiencing it. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Indeed. It looks so, like, the lighting and everything looks so good. Oops. Let me turn this off because I know for they do it for non-speaking cutscenes as well. I think a conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Oh my god, the rock candy! Look at the lighting on the rock candy! It looks edible. It looks edible. It looks so good. I haven't really just like visited every area since the graphics update. And I am shook. I am so shook. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar with. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find the connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. After you've done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catelys, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. Oh, Bragi! We get to go see Bragi. Yeah! I was like, wait, Bragi! The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. We get to see Bragi! In seeing out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Very good. I concede the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars, and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. Yes, sir. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. Okay. We have to open up all of the Ethernet shards, so I'm gonna do that. First things first, though. Big rock candy. Oh my god, it looks so edible. Cannot see a target! I'm too tiny! Focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of ether. Your connection to these engines' energies is faint but stable and should allow teleportation to Aetheryte in the source. I literally cannot speak English. Oh my goodness gracious. Textures, man. I am floored. Oh, is it below me? It is below me. It's this one. Whoop! These look so good! Wait, look at the texture on it. Oh my goodness. I am floored. My jaw is on the ground. Since we're here, let's do this first. I am absolutely floored. Whoa. Oh, it's so pretty here. Oh my gosh, look at the lighting. Hello, Morin. Excuse me, miss, are you recently come to the city perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even a scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies. Literature's something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, so you've an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment. Story time. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself comfortable. On with the lesson then. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrent, and Norvrent alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrent's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. The end. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Yippee! Onward. Yeet! Bigger doors. We were on our way to see Catless, and then I jumped down off the roof. Not the roof, the top floor. Let's go and talk to Catless. I'm so close to the ground. Oh my god. If you aren't a huge ass clue. Anyways. Let's talk to Catless. Hello, can you see me over the desk? Wait, do you guys see that? Wait, I'm gonna reset the thing. Hold on. Can she see me over the desk? You can see you can see the top of my head. I'm so little. I can't get over it. Okay. Hello. I'm like, can you even see me? Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm gonna guess you're new to our fair city. Okay, somehow I think if I stand farther away, she probably sees more of me. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us and the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It looks so edible, man. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city has stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swears that the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catless, and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Yippee! Okay, now time to go see my favorite. Okay, I knew there was one up here. Let's go grab the other one for the airships. Yay! 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 There's a person. We shall be back. We gotta go see Bragi. I think I only have that one and that one left. It's the Pendants one and the Musica Universalis one. Yeah. My god, the lighting just looks so good. It looks even better than normal. Okay, Musica Universalis, and then the Pendants one should be over here. I always think the Pendants is over there, but that's a different one. Okay, there it is. That should be all of them. Yippee! We did it! You've attuned yourself to all the Ethernet shards in the Crystarium. Lakeland is now accessible. Yippee! Alright, let's go talk to Bragi. I missed him. Bragi! New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes gives you away. Welcome. My name is Bragi, and I am the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a wide range of equipment, so we should have something in your size. Forgive my asking, but you are a dwarf, yes? We don't get many of your lot coming down from the mountains these days. I'm actually a Lalafell! Actually. Aye, something wrong? The lighting is crazy. Let's see if we can straighten this out. See the two in front of us? The shorter one is a hume, and the taller one is an elf. The sturdy individual over there is a galgant, whilst the one with the horns is a drawn. And then you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the zoom. Which is apparently not what you call them. Do the dwarves have different names for all the peoples of the world? Or did you pick up the common tongue in some other far-flung region? Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Yay! I love Bragi, one of my favorite NPCs. Alright, time to go talk to the Exarch again. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clear picture of this world and its people? Yes. It seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted the details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the selfsame one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. Comrades. I don't know what I said. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Just like that. Then Grahatia is... I am not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best that we focus on the present. Why you always lie? Greetings, madam. The Exarch awaits you within. Stairs. Oh my god, I miss this place so much! Oh, it looks so beautiful. The detailing.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain. But the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
The passage of time.
As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year. My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons,
Thancred being
their
naked
transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return. We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the First was rejoined with the Source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the First, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least? Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Husband, I love him. The way in my eyes he can do no wrong, even though he did several wrongs. God. Ugh, I love him so much. I love him so much. He's... Oh my gosh. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which as it turns out is perfect. Our paths there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Oh, I love him so much. I love him. Hello. Is it no V motion or no motion? I'm sorry, I don't want to like butcher your name, but hello. Welcome in. Okay, it's still on. Okay. Hello. How are you?
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
Hi, hello again. We are playing Final Fantasy XIV right now. We are playing Shadowbringers.
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Not the phones! Not the... No, she did a double take!
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of
My
course I'm
baby!
here. What amusements do you have for me today?
There they are!
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
I love them!
This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift. How wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did.
You've the heart of a pixie, you do.
I love Feo so much.
After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
Feo looks
but
beautiful.
Answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails? Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isnefis, and you my Snayak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Yay! Come, come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Consider it done.
Oh my god, I love Feo.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
I love Feo. I love them so much.
Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Feo is literally one of the best characters in the entire game. I love them so very much. As a result of your pact with Feo Ul, you now have access to delivering Moogles. Let's go. Sorry, delivering Moogles, record boards, and summoning bells. I forgot auto text makes it go without me being able to read. I don't know much about. I don't know much. I can be here. I'm in a cabin out. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for stopping by, Moth. I hope you have a fun trip. All right. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay to make use of as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. A pleasure to meet you, miss, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you care to retire. Yeah. Yeah. This cutscene.
You.
There he is!
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the Source. What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source, a daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their God's damned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? 100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that? You were summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
She's so small for this bed. sorry, I was like super quiet. The cutscenes in Shadowbringers make me like just pause all thought. God, it's just such a good game. Like, every single cutscene is so good. Oh, this area, look at the detail! It somehow looks even more detailed than normal, and I could just be imagining things, but it looks so detailed. The textures, the lighting.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest? That is good to hear. Should you want for anything, pray let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Mech. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calicia or Armareng? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
My little Lalafell is so cute. I love her. Okay. So, typically, when I have played Shadowbringers, I've played Shadowbringers twice. Once all the way through, and then another time where I haven't finished it completely. So this would be my technically third time starting it. Usually, when I start this, I look for my son. Usually. Honestly, we have to do both, so we're gonna accept both from him. Just so we don't have to come back and grab the second one. At least I think you can accept both. I'm pretty sure you can at the same time. But yeah, usually when I start this, I go look for my son. You'll visit Alphino and Calusia then? Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction. Present it to Sem Genmai, the master of beasts at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Okay, I can't take both. Give both. Alright, we have both. So. Hello, Oni. Alright, so. Typically, when I do this, I'd go see my son. I like to do the Yulmore section. Oh right, no, I have to go tell him first. Yeah. No! I am indeed playing Reaper. That's mainly because I didn't really want to. I'm playing White Mage, but White Mage is already level 90, so I wanted to play something that would be on par. And your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Calusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. That's right, mounts like my grey friend over there are a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you're plainly accustomed to riding Amaro, I think it's best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will tend to you, while I ready the mounts. Yes, sir. Oh, the Amaros look so good! They look so good in the graphics update. Holy shit. They look so good. Look at all me, just a little babies. They're just cute little babies. Alright, off we go. Time to go find my son. You want to fly an Amaro to Calusia? Well, I suppose if Master Genmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mount shortly. Oh, right. Ether currents. I forgot. We're gonna have to find ether currents.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath.
Do you see how tiny my Amaro is? Because I'm a
At
Lullafell.
light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment.
Oh my god.
Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
My Amaro was so little because, like, I was, like, a Lullafell. It's bigger now, but I feel like it was really small. We are arrived. This is Crackshelled Beach, on the eastern coast of Calusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale, and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Yulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. I am glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Calusia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme that will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you're ready to return. Let's go. Oh my god, the Gooboo. It's crazy that you see what the goblins look like here instead of them wearing their little masks. That's a big Gooboo. Oh my god, it saw me. Oh my god, it saw me. Oh my god. What you after? Fish? Crab? Think. I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere, if you have a taste for him. Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chucks up in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major updates to report these past few weeks. Alphino, eh? I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore is richer than all of Norvrant put together, but it's a different story for them as It's a different story for them as lived outside the city. Most spend every walking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him. But you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. There's that's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern. The locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Okay. I'm used to enemies not noticing me because of my level, so this is just like, I can't see because I'm so small! This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? A fine choice. And what'll you be paying with? Well, now those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear, but I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity. I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to do a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like. I love that. We get blackmailed, or not blackmailed, but like manipulated into doing fetch quest. Let's turn this one off for now. Yeah. I'm gonna cheat. I need to put the ether compass on, something. Where do you look for that again? Ah, no. Where do you look for, like... Oh, there we go. Okay. Excuse me. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. I see that edible rock candy in the distance. Whoa. How did you get all the way down here? You're supposed to be up there, good friend. I'm gonna do something a little reckless. I'm gonna go over and grab that etherite. I don't believe there should be anything stopping me. Yeah, I don't think anything should be barring my path. I kind of want to just have the etherite. Yep. We genuinely don't have any reason to be on this side of the map for Yulmore just yet, I don't believe. Oh god, it's so far away. Oh well, we're already here, so... Let's run around with White Mage on, just in case something tries to fight me. Because if I do it with Reaper, I might actually die. Oh! I see, I did it on Reaper. Yeah. I can't have it on here. It needs to be on one that's shared. Okay, that's better. Nothing happened. I underestimated how high that fall was. Yippee! And now I just fly back. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. My son! My son approaches!
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
My son.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
My son!
'Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, wow, Fino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
My son!
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well. Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
I love him so much. Genuinely one of my favorite characters in the whole game.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
That's my good bean!
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
I like she's just kicking her little feet.
And so we take to the road once more.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. Genuinely. He's probably one of the characters that knows, like, Warrior of Light the most for me. Like, for my Warrior of Light. I just love this little guy so much. And, like, I'm actually smaller than him this time! Because usually I don't play Lalafels. He finally gets to be the tall one. I'm always taller. My wolves are always so tall. Like, okay, not so tall, but they're so much taller than him in comparison. Like, even my female, like, Femme Miko is, like, taller than him. It's just so funny being, like, smaller than him. I forgot to change back to Reaper before I did cutscene, but it be what it be. I'm thinking that I might wrap up here. And I know it's like really short stream, but like I'm thinking I might wrap up here and then come back a little later today and stream a little bit more and do the remainder of the Alphino questline and then maybe start the Alizé questline. Because I do have some work I need to do, but I just had the urge to stream. Either come back and stream later today, or maybe stream more tomorrow and do some more. I also want to do some more Star Rail, so I might do like a bit of 14 and then do Star Rail, or the other way around. Came in to say I love your model design. Holy, thank you so much! Whoa, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the follow! Hello! That's so kind of you. What the heck? Thank you so much. I did the designing all myself. I also drew it all myself, so I appreciate that. That's super kind of you to say. I want to take a sit. I'm gonna sit right here. Hold on. Sit. There we go. Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much. I typically have a like normal sized model, but I was like kind of just in the mood to like stream randomly in the morning, and then I was like, I don't want to open my other program, so I was like, I'm just gonna use my chibi model. But yeah, that's super kind of you again. Thank you so much. We've been going now for like 2-ish hours. Yeah, I mean, this might be a good place to stop for now, and then I think I come back later and stream some more. Take a little break. And then we can come back and we can stream the rest of Alphinaud's questline. Because I like to do the questlines all the way through before moving on to another. So we can take a break now. And then I can stream either later today or maybe tomorrow. And we can do the rest of Alphinaud's questline and then most likely start on Alizé's questline as well. I just feel like I'm ready for a break now. I know it's for the most part just been a lot of reading, but I love the beginning of Shadowbringers. It's so good. But yeah. I think that's the plan. So I'm gonna take a break. We'll wrap up here. And then I will come back either later today or tomorrow. And I'll do some more. Get through Alphinaud's questline. I'm so happy. I just had like a big urge after playing 14 on the weekend with Orion and Nova and Sirius and stuff. I was just like, man, I want to play. And I was just like, and I was literally like, no one's stopping me. I can just play. But yeah. I had a lot of fun just kind of going through the opening cutscenes and stuff with everyone. I think I will definitely be streaming more because I want to get through. I'm gonna play all of Shadowbringers up to Dawn Trail, so that's just gonna be a long endeavor through the year. But yeah, I will see you guys maybe either later today or tomorrow to stream some more Final Fantasy. And depends, like I said, may also stream some Star Rail. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!